Okay, time to start up the equipment and then we can play.
Huzzah!
It was only, an hour late, but we did it.
It wasn't unexpected. Someone always has a technical issue.
It's fantasy grounds. It is a technical issue.
Yeah.
Technically, it's an issue.
Okay, is everybody good to go? Stick, you got your stream running?
Yeah, just started her up.
Is Crit back, or is she still playing her Ticket to Ride?
She's playing fucking Smash Book.
Oh, she's clearly playing Ticket to Ride because her headset's still up and she's not talking like a real person.
Mm.
Like a real.
What was that, Mumbles? Okay, everybody's good to go. I think I'm good to go, and okay. So you all, at some point in the last few days, possibly a little bit longer, depending on how far away you had to travel, got a letter from a woman named Kendra Lorimore. A name you somewhat recognize, as you know of a gentleman named Petros Lorimar. You'll each have your own varying reasons for knowing of him, but in the letter contains a request that you attend his funeral. It doesn't say how he died or any details on his death, just that in his I guess pre-will is the best way of putting it, all your name was specifically requested. Again, no details on anything like that, just basically arrive as soon as you can, preferably by such and such a date, as there will be a funeral.
And we don't want his body smelling.
That has been
There's
taken care
magic
of.
for that.
Yeah, gentle repose. You've all traveled to the country of Ustavik, into a very small region that's kind of pretty much just farmland and small towns. It borders on Belkin, which is pretty much a heavy orc raiding country. So this area tends to get hit by raids relatively often. So it's not the most populated and it's fairly hardy. Upon entering the region, you've all discovered that you're not really treated as welcome visitors. Those of you who are human are clearly singled out by your strange dress. And further you kind of get into this, the province of Casterwall, the more you're kind of shrugged off. Even going to an inn, you're kind of treated as if you're not welcome. They'll take your money, but beyond that, you're not really treated that great. Those of you who are not human, many times you find that you are forced into sleeping in a hayloft or out of the town itself because they just don't want you there. So that's a fairly common thing. For Trothonet specifically, you are often confused as a as a fairy or some sort, and are driven out of town the moment you enter town, quite frequently. So you're treated, not so great, or mistaken for a hairy child or a stunted dwarf or what have you. But you in particular are treated more awful than the other PCs.
I actually get to sleep in an inn. That's impressive.
You all managed to get to Ravengrow on the date of the funeral. It does have a map that tells you to go to a specific manor, which is Lorimar's manor. And upon arriving, you see a small gathering of people. There are, in total, let's see, 6 people there besides the 5, well, sorry, 7 people there besides the 4 of you. I'll even show you pictures once I can. Here we go, images. Double checking the notable people. The person clearly leading this procession is her, which is pretty easy to assume that she is the person who sent you the letter, Kendra Lorimar, as she is standing beside the casket. Other than that, there is a young child. All these people are male except for her, by the way. A young child and the rest are just human men. So far, upon entering Ravengrow, you've seen not a single person who isn't human. Which is why the gnome you see in attendance is such a sore thumb. You also notice another woman, based on their dress, who is hooded, deeply hooded, who has somewhat ashen skin. Could be human, might not be human, you can't really tell. But upon your arrival, Kendra greets you all and thanks you for coming.
Alright. Perfect. I guess I'll ask Kendra, how did the professor die? Or how did he pass?
She says, well, that's something that it would be more appropriate if we discussed after the funeral. From the looks of it right now, looks like they're intending on carrying the casket to a gravesite right now.
And we were sent in the letter that we were supposed to be pallbearers, I'm guessing?
You can volunteer to be pallbearers.
Yeah, I may as well.
And you see a small bleached white-haired gnome trot up, and he looks up at the lady Lorimar. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah, Lorimar, or somewhere around there.
And he says, "Oh, my dear Lady Lorimar. Oh, such a tragedy at the good professors and the loss that we all experienced. I'm sure that it has hit you the hardest. Oh my goodness."
Very clearly, she's still grieving. You know for a fact that his death had to have been quite a time. Like, this wasn't a recent death, but she's very clearly still mourning the loss. It's probably been almost a month at this point. So they've been waiting specifically for your group.
And the gnome just goes and continues to look at the teary-eyed woman and just says, There, my dear. We're here now. You just let old Trot know if there's anything he can do for you.
Alright, anybody else volunteering to be pallbearers?
Trot is too small and too short.
Trot is too small.
Sure.
He'll sit there and accompany the lady Lorimar.
As funny as it would be to have like one end of the coffin like sagging super low, yeah, probably not a good idea for Trot to be a bobber.
No.
I mean, I could
in the middle and push up with his head.
dance on top of the coffin.
Any other volunteers?
I said yes.
Yes, I know. That's why I said any other.
I already volunteered, so.
No, Celeste is taking the moment to basically stand and kind of be clueless, oblivious, just doesn't really know that, unless she's specifically asked to be a pallbearer, she doesn't really know that it's kind of her place to do it. So, you know, she was not close enough to volunteer herself to be a pallbearer with the professor. So she's just going to stand there and look pretty.
Okay. The other gentlemen take up the other positions on the casket. As the procession proceeds, you guys turn a corner on this road, and about what you can assume to be about the halfway point, because you're started up on a little bit more of a hill. But you're kind of in almost like a road cutout, so on both flanks is kind of a slight hill, so you can't really see above that hill on the path. You end up almost right into a group of about a dozen men. All clearly in the way of your path. It's not going to let me share this, is it? Or I've already shared it. There. I should have shared it. If it didn't automatically pop up, let me know. And it's 1.01 is what the map's called.
I got nothing.
Just click on images and maps, and then from the drop down box, click uncategorized.
Once everybody's in, let me know.
I'm in it to win it.
Alright.
So yeah, you see about a dozen villagers.
Dark hooded figure? Okay.
Yeah, you see about a dozen villagers. Or as they describe it, a dozen surly looking locals blocking the path. Kendra let me see. Yeah,
The professor
the
professor was human, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But he wasn't from this town, I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is where he lived.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this was his birthplace, but yeah, he spent a long time here. The gentleman in front, let's see if they have a picture of him. I don't think they do, or at least not one I want to show you. Yeah, definitely not one I want to show you. It says, "That's far enough. We've been talking, and we don't want Lormar buried in the Westlands. You can take him upriver and bury him there if you want, but he ain't going in the ground here." Kendra.
What would that be?
Kendra swiftly responds, her sadness swiftly transforming anger. "What are you talking about?" she cries out. "I arranged it with Father Grimborough. He's waiting for us. The grave's already being then, as you kind of cut in. He goes, "You don't get it, woman. We won't have a necromancer buried in the same place as our kin. I suggest you move out while you still can. Folks are pretty upset about this right now." Kendra seems to be about to to blow a gasket.
Trot goes and steps forward and says, "Oh, my dear gentlemen, oh, please, this day is a day of sadness, and the good lady here is mourning her poor deceased husband, and the man
Father.
you speak of."
Yeah, this is clearly not her husband.
Oh, father, excuse me. And the man was clearly not a necromancer. He was a man of knowledge, a professor, and he was here to help you all. Please make parts and make way for us so that we can properly bury this man and pay our respects.
Okay, small child, make your roll.
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
The
that's
professor was known for necromancy, I'm guessing.
You guys never knew him as a necromancer. He was an academic.
He's the professor. Hang on, and for some reason, I think my shit got fucked up because I'm pretty sure my diplomacy should be an 8 out of 6. It should be. So why aren't my racial traits and bonuses on there? They were there. There we go.
Yeah, you guys knew him as a intellectual academic, not a magic user. The man in front, the man doing all the talking, doesn't seem to be too abashed, but the others kind of take on this this sullen appearance and shoot glances at you guys, but they start dispersing, and the man in front, thinking that he still had support, looks around and realizes that yeah, he no longer has all these people backing him up, and begins to kind of grumble, and he stalks off as well.
Once the man walks off, he goes back to the lady and says, there, my dear. Don't you worry. We've got this handled."
The procession continues on as I try to multitask poorly. Obviously, no more ruffians get in your guys' way. Okay, at this point, I'm supposed to educate you on the trust system. Much like similar events in APs, this AP has the trust system, which is almost like a reputation system. The higher your trust, the more you will get out of the town. The lower your trust, the less you'll get out of the town. So certain actions will obviously increase or decrease your trust. Sometimes in unexpected ways.
By the way, I'm writing some notes if you guys want to click on notes and add notes to the note.
And if you want the name of the thug, I can give you the name. You can easily ask it from her. He could be relevant later. There, I just...
Hey,
should be in
Gibbs.
chat.
Kendra Lorimer is the daughter, not the widow.
Yeah, he doesn't have a widow. Or does he?
Oh, daughter.
Yeah, I thought it was a widow. And then
Oh, I
No,
just-
she's like 25. Yeah, she's like 25
We
years
add
old or
to
something.
that.
You
Notes?
should just be able to write into it. I made it public and it's unlocked, so...
What's the name?
Oh, it
Thug.
says read only for me.
You can make your own notes too. Everybody should be able to make notes.
What's the name of the thug?
It's in chat.
It's in there, Gibbs. I put it in the notes now. It's unlocked. It's public. Anybody should be able to edit it. I'm not sure why it's saying read only for you.
Is read only, yeah.
Yeah, I think only the person who makes it can.
Close out of it, and I think it might open for us.
No, even I can't edit it, so.
It's weird because it's public, but whatever.
Like,
Hey.
we can see it, but we can't edit it.
Yeah.
But anywho.
So, as you guys continue down the road, she is thanking you guys profusely, especially the gnome, obviously, for quelling the
Stepping in.
situation, yeah. She explains, obviously gives you his name and tells you that they're just local farm hands, all of low character, is her opinion of them. She'll let the sheriff know of what they tried to do, and or actually one of the gentlemen says that he'll let the sheriff know. Turns out he's one of the councilmen. His name is Councilman Hearthmount.
Oh, they didn't seem too bad. They didn't start any trouble or fights or anything.
He says likely they would have if you strangers didn't step in. They would have caused trouble for us, but you guys, well, you're armed, and they probably realized that probably not a good idea to pick a fight with armed outsiders.
Oh, don't worry yourself, good sir. I talked the ruffians down. They didn't mean any harm. They were just frustrated, you see, and misinformed.
So the procession continues, and you eventually get to where the gentleman is going to be buried, and you come and meet Father Grimborough, a highly attractive old gent.
Oh yeah, he's a
keeper.
He's a pearl.
Yeah.
He's a pearl right there.
That is a looker.
Yeah, he is the town priest.
Y'all
So-
have fun keeping that up. I'm gonna close that up.
Father Grimborough gives a short sermon, then invites Kendra to say a few words about her father. Kendra fights back tears and briefly recounts a few of her father's more courageous or selfless moments, thanking everyone once again for coming. She then looks to your group and asks if any of you would like to share anything about her father.
Oh my god, that guy's an ugly fuck.
He looks like the gnome's ballsack.
that is my ball sack.
I blinked out there for a moment. What happened while I was gone?
Kendra offers the podium to any of you if you want to share any stories or share how you met her father.
Celeste is going to volunteer first. If anyone else hasn't already.
Nope, that's all yours.
I remember when I met the professor, I think. See, it was when I was dealing with some nasty undead. And I think they really liked just how experienced I was with it. And so we talked at length. I think that was really my favorite experience with him was when we talked. He had a way of talking that was very nice, and well, I'm gonna miss that about him. I hope that whatever happens to him now, he's in the right hands. Thank you.
Can I get a diplomacy? Can I get a diplomacy or perform check from you?
Yeah, I can do diplomacy. Do I just...
So if you go to skills and you find diplomacy on there, and if you go to the one that looks like it has a die on it, with the plus or minus whatever, you just double click
Do
it.
I tap the box? Oh, double click it. There we go.
Alternatively, you can also drag and drop.
Diplomacy +8. Are you attracted?
Oh, don't worry about that second one. Sorry.
No worries.
It didn't even roll, so you don't have to worry about it.
No, it did. Just
She's
lagged.
good with her mouth.
It just took forever. Well, you got some good rolls there.
Yeah, it's gonna go well. No, she's very charming. She's up there like flaunting herself. She looks really, really good. Her words are not great, but she is an attractive lady. So sorry, what was that for?
Probably
And
to
also-
improve the village's opinion of you, because you're saying words about the professor.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If it matters, I do have charming that I don't think was added in.
That only takes into account if the person you're talking to is sexually attracted to you.
She could be.
The old father could be.
No, the father's eyeing the 13-year-old boy. Obviously.
He is a priest.
What kind of church did you come from that a priest is looking at a beautiful young woman? Man, that's just creepy shit. Why would that's just you go to a weird church? Okay, anybody else?
Go to church, so I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, so Trot will go and get up and stand before the small gathering of attendees to Professor's ceremony, and go and saying, "Ah, yes, I remember the days spent in the libraries, deep in research, hitting for lost secrets, treasures untold, and mysteries to unravel. The professor, he was a man of knowledge. He wished to better the world, to bring its secrets to the forefront so that we might all benefit from it. He is a man that shall truly be missed."
Make your roll, sir.
I will do probably perform oratory.
So perform oral on Father Umbro.
Yes, perform oral. I don't know why all my racial guns is
That would be some Inception shit. Performing oral on a man that looks like your ballsack.
Sounds more Marilyn Manson style to me.
Ooh, my ribs.
You have a phone call if you want it.
Call from Alberta. Call from Alberta.
And there's my roll.
Oh, nice, 21.
Call from.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I may as well go up there. What can I say about the professor? He was a really good employer. He hired me out several times to do various things, and he always paid me on time, which I really appreciate. You gotta appreciate a guy who pays you for your work on time and promptly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He was a really good guy.
You, sir, do not get a roll.
That's fine.
Doesn't matter. You can only get one boost. And Crit is on the phone. Hopefully she ends her phone call quickly.
Sorry, characters only get one boost?
It's only one boost of trust will happen for the group. But it's also based on how good your story is, and yours was pretty shite, so...
Well, my campaign rate didn't really leave me with much other than, I got hired by him quite a few times to do stuff.
Well, specifically
so
triggered
like,
for... It's specifically... you get the role specifically for saying specific types of things. So that's why. But it doesn't matter. It's... The role was already made.
I mean, I could have said I bodyguard for him a couple times, and he paid me on time, but that's about it.
I'm just imagining going to my boss's funeral and just being like, yeah, I worked for him, he paid me. That was good.
He was always prompt and generous with his payments. How about that?
Truly spoken like a mercenary.
Yeah.
So you notice that the human woman has wandered off during these processions.
Wait,
The cloaked woman?
No,
The cloaked woman.
no, the other one.
Who's the cloak?
The cloaked woman, on the other hand,
Wait, on the other hand,
she does go and stand and lifts up her hood, and inside you see a relatively attractive tiefling, of all things.
Ooh.
And very... Oh, are you back now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's your turn then.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I have
so yeah,
negatives on my rolls.
it doesn't matter. It's about giving your story.
Okay, then I guess I'll go up.
Remember, this is supposed to be a man that all of you knew relatively well. And had some kind of decent connection with.
So the first two people went on about how he was such a great professor, right?
No, you have your own story. Don't go stealing from
I
other
know
people's.
I have my own story, but that's what happened, right? And only two people went before me?
3 people have already gone. You are the last of the players.
Oh. What did the third person have to say?
Doesn't matter. You didn't want to get the phone. Tell your story.
The professor was a great intellectual, and he was there for his friends and for others. But he also liked to get himself into a wee bit of trouble and didn't think about the consequences of what he was doing necessarily all the time. Like when we got attacked by orcs, and he tripped and fell down the hill, and we almost came to our demise. Thankfully, we made it out of that rigmarole safely and without too much happenstance, but it was always an adventure with him around. You never knew what kind of adventure you were going to have, or what you were going to walk into, or who was going to walk up in a bar and call him out for something, or if he would talk to you about something while you're changing and just walk into the room. He was so set and so single-minded about what he was on or what he was doing, and he often got carried away.
Celeste gives a big laugh. He did that to you too? I thought I was the only one.
And you know it was innocent. He just wanted to tell you something that got him super excited. But yeah, it was always an adventure.
He had a way of getting himself into situations and then always looking for someone else to help him out. Which
Precisely.
I'm pretty good at doing. So we had some talks about it.
But I have the feeling that those talks went in one ear and out the other, because every time he got excited, or every time he got something in his mind, it was off and away we went. Just flew off the panhandle and into the fire.
Yeah. He told me so many things I forgot.
So, at this point, the cloaked figure, again, goes up. Can I get perception checks from everybody?
Can I choose not to?
Well, no, this one's just if you
It
actually
doesn't
notice
hurt
them.
failing a perception check.
No.
Well, I mean, Celeste is going to just be oblivious for this because she's daydreaming.
Well, the whole point of the roll is to see if you actually do notice it. Your roll will probably dictate if you did notice or not.
I'm telling you, she's
Those
daydreaming.
nice shoes!
Yeah. So everybody but Celeste, make a wisdom check.
Celeste is daydreaming about all the things that the professor told her that she doesn't remember.
Okay, Dirk. You're the only one who actually notices this. When the tiefling pulls back her hood, based on what little light there is, you notice something very much missing beside her. Which is obviously any kind of shadow.
Hey, I didn't have to roll.
Yes.
She also has a tail and horns and looks very much a tiefling. There's no hiding the fact that she's a tiefling on this one at all. But again, she is extraordinarily attractive and all that crap. And you also notice that she has a silver and a wooden symbol of Pharasma on her chest. But it looks like she's got tears in her eyes when she begins to talk, and she says, I've known the professor," and then she kind of chokes back. Goes, "I guess I knew the professor for a long time. He used to come visit me often. He taught me a lot of things about this world and all the things outside of my church that I never realized were out there. I wish I could have seen him again before this happened." And she's very clearly choking back tears, but she says, I will miss him a lot. And then she kind of looks over at Kendra and very quickly looks away and just kind of steps down. After this point, there's some general milling about at the grave as it gets lowered, and the other people give their condolences and thank her for inviting them to the ceremony and all that, and just general pleasantries. Upon them beginning to leave, she approaches your now little group and asks you if you'd come back to her home for a drink and to hear his last will and testament.
Of course. Where do you want us to meet you?
Oh, just follow her.
Okay.
So you end up arriving at what looks to be a modest home. Let's see if you can get the world, or not the world map, but the area map. I'll share this with you guys.
The town map. Ooh, it's a pretty town.
You guys were...
It's got a red exclamation. Oh, never mind.
Where were you guys?
Ravenborough.
Okay, the graveyard may not be here.
That's annoying.
It might be more to the north. Okay, let me see under... parcels?
Ravenborough.
Ugh. The map extends beyond my ability to click on the top of it, so I can't full screen it, and I can't close it. Fucking fancy grounds.
If you scroll to where the map is small, you can just grab the side of the panel. And push it
I can
out.
grab the panel size, but I can't grab the top or the bottom.
Well, like, grab the side of the panel and drag it up until you get to the bottom, and then resize it, and then pull it down.
Yeah, but I can only grab the side, so I can only go up and down. I can only go left and right. I can't go up and down.
But no, I mean, grab the map itself. Just click on the map and drag it.
Yeah, you can drag the
there
map
it
itself
goes.
down.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
push
got it now.
up, and then resize it.
There we go. Just got her.
Although, I'm a fan of like the messy tabletop thing where I have 15 different sheets on the table.
Yeah, I got quite a few open right now.
I wish it would give me Ravengrove. I want the legend.
I'm gonna love the point where Celeste realizes that that person is a tiefling.
It won't really matter. Tieflings aren't inherently evil.
Well, no. I mean, she just doesn't know. She's oblivious.
You would know if she was evil or not, though. So
Oh, yeah.
that's one thing.
But she's not evil. But, you know, I don't know she's a tiefling. Because
Well, you're not
Because-
stupid. You're
Register.
just oblivious.
yeah, no. She's just that self-absorbed. She wasn't looking.
I can tell you where you're going,
Well, I think that works.
but I just don't know
I don't think
exactly
we have-
where it is pertaining to
The map.
to the graveyard. I think the graveyard might be south.
Well, let's just call it south for now.
And you guys are at the circled one.
Works for me.
Box equals 50 feet. Neat.
Actually, maybe it will.
That's a nice size house.
Yeah, no, it's not small. The man was definitely definitely a decent academic. So inside the home is crowded with bookshelves in every room. The reading of the professor's will, she says, we'll have to wait till Councilman Hearthmount comes back. As he's basically the closest thing they have to a solicitor. And he also has some other matters to attend to after the funeral, so he doesn't arrive right away. So you guys have some time if you want to ask any questions that of each other or anything of the sort. I love it when she pretends to talk.
How long have you all known the professor?
That's a good question.
And the little gnome goes and says, "Oh, let's see him now. I've known the professor for, let's see, quite a few years now. You know, he's a great man of research and knowledge, and from time to time, he's requested my assistance to, help scroll through some of the tomes and the sorts, basically devising whether fact from fiction, story from truth."
Yeah, same here. I've known the professor for a couple of years now. He's hired me a couple times to do some odd jobs, bodyguard and whatnot.
The tiefling says, I met him about 40 years ago, maybe a little longer.
Wow. I've known him fairly recently. Only after I've started my training. So not too long.
I think the gnome and the tiefling are the only ones really old enough to have possibly known him for a long time.
I've known him for about 12 years. Met him through an accidental happenstance.
She was naked and the professor fell on her. So he claimed.
That was her mom. I'm gonna ask the daughter how exactly the professor died. I'm guessing he was old from the 40 years thing. I don't actually know how old he was, but...
She says, that might be better answered when the will... you'll probably have some questions that Councilman Hearthmount may be much better to answer. But it wasn't of natural causes.
The bumbling professor got himself killed. Was he like a Mr. Magoo?
Not really.
Just found himself in trouble often?
On occasion he traveled a lot. And he was always exploring the darker side of things.
That makes sense.
After about an hour, the councilman arrives and pulls out a bunch of papers. He very clearly doesn't seem to approve of the fact that you are the people that he's speaking to about the will. He's definitely not hiding that fact. But he's doing his job. And that's pretty much all that matters at the moment to him.
As he walks in... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
As he walks in, Celeste is going to lean on a table with one elbow and kind of bent forward a little, and she swipes her hair back away from her face and says, "Good evening, Councilman."
kind of nods and just kind of looks at all of you and just goes to the table. He says, may you all please be seated. This shouldn't take long, I hope.
Be seated!
See?
So he pulls out a scroll case that is clearly sealed, so it's never been opened yet. He says, the professor had explicit instructions in a letter not to open the scroll case until all of you were here. So, that's what I'm doing. He pops open the seal in the scroll case and pours out a piece of parchment, as well as he does. A small iron key falls out of the tube as well, clattered noisily onto the table. The councilman ignores the key and begins to read, clearly eager to be done with what he's doing. I, Petros Lorimar, being of sound mind, do hereby commit to this parchment my last will and testament. Let it be known that, with the exception of the specific details below, I leave my home and personal belongings entire to my daughter Kendra. Use them or sell them as you see fit, my child. Yet, beyond the bequeathing of my personal effects, this document must serve other needs. I have arranged for the reading of this document to be delayed until all principals can be in attendance, for I have more than mere inheritance to apportion. I have two final favors to ask. To my old friends, I hate to impose upon you all, but there are a few others who are capable of appreciating the true significance of what it is I have to ask. As some of you know, I have devoted many of my studies to all manner of evil, that I might know the enemy and form those better positioned to stand against it. For knowledge of one's enemy is the surest path to victory over his plans. And so, over the course of my lifetime, I have seen fit to acquire a significant collection of valuable but dangerous tomes, any one of which, in the wrong circumstances, could have led to an awkward legal situation. While the majority of these tombs remain safe under lock and key at the Lepidstadt University, I fear that a few I have borrowed remain in a trunk in my Ravengrow home. While invaluable for my work and life, in death I would prefer not to burden my daughter with the darker side of my profession, or worse still, the danger of possessing these tombs itself. As such, I'm entrusting my chest of tombs to you, posthumously. I ask that you please deliver the collection to my colleagues at the University of Lepidstadt, who will put them to good use for the betterment of the cause. Yet, before you leave for Lepidstadt, there is the matter of another favor. Please delay your journey for 1 month and spend that period of time here in Ravengrow to ensure that my daughter is safe and sound. She has no one to count on now that I am gone. And if you would aid her in setting things in order for whatever she desires over the course of this month, you would have my eternal gratitude. From my savings, I have also willed to each of you a sum of 100 platinum coins. For safekeeping, I have left these funds with Embrith Daramid, one of my most trusted friends in Lepidstadt. She has been instructed to issue this payment upon the safe delivery of the borrowed tombs no sooner than 1 month after the date of the reading of this will. I, Petros Lorimar, hereby sign this will in Ravengrow on this first day of Clestral in the year, whatever the year is. Upon that, Councilman Vashian looks to Kendra, who thanks him and dismisses him. Kendra puts on a brave face, thanks you all for coming, and informs you that she'll need at least a few weeks to decide if she wants to sell her family home or remain here in Ravengrow. In the meantime, as stipulated by the will, she asks you to remain as well. She offers you room in her spacious house, promising you free room and board for the month that the will requests you to remain in town. And then excuses herself to go fetch the chest mentioned in the will. So a few minutes later, she returns with a relatively small chest of oak and iron. She puts down the table and offers you guys the key. Nervously offers you guys the key.
Oh, thank you. Celeste will take the key. I always wanted a key. Can I use this on that chest?
Probably.
Kendra says, I think that's what the intent was for the key.
Okay. Well, don't mind if I do. And she is going to, very gingerly unlock the chest.
So, the key fits perfectly. It's also a well-oiled lock, so there's pretty much quick click.
She doesn't throw open the chest. She's very light touched when she takes it and opens it. Even though that she is extremely strong for, her stature. She's being very gentle with
Just because she looks like She-Hulk.
She's fucking muscular. So, she's gonna very gently, carefully open up the chest, and kind of gaze inside.
So there are no gays inside. The chest's a little bit too small for that. Unless you're looking for gay fairies, and then there might be some in there. But inside, there are several leather tomes. One in particular, one that looks new compared to the others that look old, has the phrase, "Read me now," scratched into the leather cover.
Don't do it. It's a curse.
Definitely not going to do that.
Celeste is going to pick up the book unless anyone is going to stop her, and she's going to start reading it. And even if someone does try to stop her, she's going to do the thing where she holds it up and away from them.
This is how Ash of the Evil Dead starts.
Yep.
You definitely have to read the cursed book.
Yep, no, she's reading the cursed book.
Well, it's clearly also a newer book.
And it said, "Read me now."
Mm-hmm. It's important to read it.
Yeah, I can read. It says, "Read me now."
I'm almost tempted to plug my ears and say, la 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 la.
Oh, and Celeste is going to dictate out loud, in her, very, in a lilty narration.
So inside, it's basically a journal, but in particular, there are several passages that are circled, clearly highlighting what he is specifically wants you to read. So go ahead.
Okay. So Celeste can read, but damn it, I can't. All right.
That's what you get for grabbing the book.
I can do it if you want, because I actually have the PDF, so I can zoom in, because it is a bitch to read.
Alright. The Whispering Way is more than just a cabal of necromancers. I see that now. Undeath is their fountain of youth. Uncovering their motivation does not place me at ease, as I thought it might. Their desire to be external simply makes them more dangerous.
Important thing to note is this was written 10 years ago. So many of you have actually met him within that time frame.
Oh, here's a break that says 2 months ago. It is as I had feared. The Way is interested in something here in Raven. What could it be? Another 1 month ago. Whatever the Way seeks, I am now convinced their goal is connected to the Harrowstone. In retrospect, I suppose it all makes sense. The stories they tell me about the ruins in town are certainly chilling enough. It may be time to investigate the ruins, but with everyone in town already being so worked up about them, I'd rather not let the others know about my curiosity. Oh. There's plenty of folks hereabout who already think I'm a demonologist or a witch or something. Ignorant fools. I hope he didn't write about me like that. Oh, 20 days ago. Here it says, it is confirmed. The Way seems quite interested in something. No, strike that. Someone who was held in Harrowstone. But who, specifically, is the Way after? Huh. I need a list of everyone who died that night in fire. Everyone. The Temple of Pharasma must have such a list. 2 days after, it says, I see now that how ill prepared I was when I last set out for Harrowstone. I'm lucky to have returned at all. The ghosts, if indeed they were ghosts. In parentheses it says, for I did not find it prudent to investigate further. That's odd. Usually does. Prevented me from transcribing the strange symbols I found etched along the foundation. Hopefully on my next visit, I will be more prepared. Holy fuck, this is difficult. Thankfully, the necessary tools to defend against spirits are already here in Ravengrove. I know that the Church of Pharasma used to store them in a false crypt in the Restland at the intersection between Eversleep and the Black Path. Do you know where that is? Any of you?
None of us are from here.
I'm not certain if the current clergy even know what the predecessors have hidden down below. If my luck holds, I should be able to slip in and out with a few borrowed items. Oh, that sounds like him. Oh, the next day. Tomorrow evening I return to the prison. It is imperative the Way does not finish. My caution has already cost me too much time. I'm not sure what will happen if I'm too late, but if my theory is right, the entire town could be at risk. I don't have time to update my will, so I'll leave this in the chest where I'm sure it to be found should the worst come to pass. Oh.
Kendra proceeds to fill in some blanks. The professor was found dead at Harrowstone. He was crushed under rubble.
Harrowstone is a bunch of ruins?
It's a old dilapidated prison.
In town, though?
On the edge of town, yeah.
On the edge of town, okay. So
that's basically what created the town. This was a town to house the prisons. And when the prison basically closed, the town basically became lost and forgotten.
Okay, so Harrowstone's some prison ruins on the edge of town. The professor was found crushed under some collapsing rubble.
Yeah. People assume at this point that he was investigating. It just fell on the place is old. And inside there's also several books. Manual of the Order of the Palatine Eye, on Verified Madness, Serving Your Hunger, and The Umbral Leaves.
Celeste is going to pocket that book that she has in her hands?
The professor's journal.
Yes.
That's probably fine. I mean, it's not one of the books we have to bring back or anything.
Yeah.
So, from
Knowledge
what I got,
Arcana to know what those books are about.
demons,
You can flip through them if you want.
evil.
Pick a book.
I'm gonna get cursed if I pick a book. Hey, pretty lady, pick a book.
Make the paladin who
did.
can't make a will save pick a book up about unspeakable evil. Yeah, that's a good idea. The thing of
She
event.
grabs the book in her hand, or she grabs the book that she just put in her bag, back in her hand. She says, "I already picked this one. You can pick a book though."
Okay, I rifle through the books, through the tomes.
Alright, I'll have to be right back.
Uh-oh, it's begun.
The sequence of events, as far as I understand it, is the professor was investigating the Whispering Way and necromantic cult. He thought they were doing something up in the ruins of the prison. Or at least their goal was connected to it somehow. He tried to go up there, couldn't because of ghosts or something. So he decided to go to a false crypt to get some protection from some Phrasmian items to, counteract the ghosts and whatnot. Managed something about a fire at the prison, I'm guessing?
Yep.
And people who had died there potentially having something to do with it. And he went back up to the prison and got crushed by a bunch of stone.
That's the gist of it.
Okay, just making sure I got the gist.
So we're gonna have to talk to the priest, see if we can look at the death records to see who died at the prison. We know that now.
Potentially, but
His death was
we don't know what we're
classified-
looking for.
His death was classified as an accident.
Yeah. And the prison got shut down because of the fire, I'm guessing?
You
Or I
can
could ask the
infer.
daughter.
You can infer what you want at this point.
Ask the
Yeah.
daughter what she knows about the prison.
I don't think she knows much. She wasn't even born when the prison was shut down.
What can she tell us about town?
Well, that's gonna start requiring skill checks now, won't it?
All right, that's why I'm asking.
All right. So where do you want to start? You guys have lots of options and lots of breadcrumbs.
Tell us about the priest. How likely is he to let us look at the books? Look at the books.
The books
you'd
that are
have to-
right in front of us? 100%?
No, the death records.
Oh.
You'd have to go talk to them.
She can tell us if he's an asshole, if somebody is pretty, if he'll be nice to them.
You
can
already
tell
know
us about
nobody
it.
likes outsiders, so you're outsiders.
The town is full of assholes.
So what can we do to make people like us in this town?
I don't know. That's your job. That's
Not
literally
the
the whole
assholes.
campaign. The whole first book is you doing exactly what you're asking me to give you for free.
So
I'm pretty.
So obviously, eventually, our end goal is to go to Harristan. But there is a false crypt between the Wrestlands, or in the Wrestlands, at the intersection between Eversleep and the Black Path. So there's one thing we could go and do. We could go to the Temple of Pharasma and talk to the clerics there and see if we get any information from the clergy there. We could also search through his house and see if we can find any of his research besides the stuff that is here in these trunks.
Yeah, he might have some information on the prison and or, you know, the Whispering Way cult, just, you know, books on the shelf kind of thing.
Does he have an office?
This whole place is filled with books, so
Yeah.
this is definitely a good place to do some research if that's what you're intending.
That's my intention right now. I guess I'll have to pick one. I guess I'll investigate the prison and the fire in the prison. See if I can find anything.
So you're gonna research here in Lorimar's place?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the rest doing?
I'm gonna help him research. Because it's good to know the year of the fire, and everything we can, because that's a good starting point. Is this a good time to take a break for feeding people?
Sure. So, let's see.
I'm guessing it's a knowledge local check or something like that. Or maybe history. Or perception, maybe. I'm not sure what I should be rolling for searching.
Nothing yet. I want to find out what everybody else is doing first.
If it's local, I don't have it, but it's history I do, so.
None of this stuff is quick, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll probably help search the estate to see if there's any information or research on the Whispering Way or anything about Harrowstone.
Well, first you guys can make some initial knowledge checks. I'll get them from Steve first. I need a history and local from everybody, I guess. I guess I could roll. Do you want me to group roll these, or do you guys want to roll them yourselves?
So if they're initial checks, go ahead and I'll blow a casting of heightened awareness to give myself +2, I believe.
Yep, this is a good time to use it.
Actually, I don't have history, so it wouldn't give me a +2 to history. But it would
You might want to pop it anyways, just for the initial checks.
Yeah, but it would give me +2 to local, so yeah, go ahead and put that buff on me. And I will
Put the buff on yourself.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That's why I put it on your sheet.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just use the mass skill check thingy because it'll be easier.
I don't know what the mass skill check thingy is, but if it matters, I can guidance.
Nobody has history?
I have history.
I can make history checks because I'm a bard, so I'm not limited to the max of 10.
Alright, so you guys have to make these rolls yourselves because it won't actually allow me to do it.
There's local and
give me history of Harrowstone checks first.
history on Harrowstone.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do so.
So anybody who actually has skill points in history or can do it in trade.
Alright. There's my history check, so me and Dirk got basically the same thing.
And Dirk rolled religion.
Why does it say untrained? It shouldn't say untrained.
Well, it also looks like you did knowledge, history, religion.
What? What the fuck is going on? No, it's just knowledge history. I'll try rolling it again. It should just be knowledge history. Why did it say history religion?
Yeah, your check is weird.
Obviously typed in wrong then too.
No, I'm looking at it and it looks fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try rolling knowledge religion, see what that gives me.
I think
Knowledge
it's because
religion? Knowledge religion history!
did you import through Hero Lab? Because that's what's causing it.
No, I typed it in myself.
It's weird.
Knowledge, religion, history. Knowledge, history, religion.
My suggestion is just delete them both and put them in again. I think you have them formatted wrong too. I think that's part of the problem.
Oh, that's good shit. Knowledge, history, religion.
Alright, let's see. First, for Trot.
Add a knowledge skill. Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah, History.
Is S'more still gone? Yeah, he's still muted.
What was my other one? Religion. RELIGION.
I'll roll for S'mores if he's got it.
Rank. Do. Okay. That should be right now. Let's, I'll try it again here.
Okay.
Here's mine.
Oh no, I took the roll already.
Ah, there. That's properly.
Okay, now I need knowledge local for Harrowstone.
What?
Knowledge local for Harrowstone.
That I don't.
Excellent. So 23 for history for me, and 22 for Logan.
Okay, I need knowledge arcana for the Whispering Way.
Yeah, that's correct. I only got a 14.
And then knowledge religion for the Whispering Way. I'm guessing S'mores is still gone, so I'll roll for him.
Oh my god, look at the dice shadow. It just is glitching across the screen.
So he's just
It's
ignoring this is all.
It's so sad. I have the best.
Okay, I need knowledge history. Or, No, you don't know about this stuff yet. Alright, so what are you doing? So far, looks like Dirk and Amelia are going to do research to the books, and Amelia's gonna, well, do you have history or local? Can you even help him? No. So, Amelia, you cannot help with researching Harrowstone.
Okay, what can I do?
You could do research on the Whispering Way.
Okay, I'll do that.
What checks can you do here? Okay, so Lorimar's place will be a decent place to research the Whispering Way, but not Harrowstone. You have to go elsewhere if you want to research Harrowstone. Or no, I guess you can. It just won't give you a bonus. Yeah, so, yeah, Lorimar's library, you come discover, will give you bonuses if you are researching the Whispering Way, but nothing if you're researching anything else.
He's got some books on him.
Okay, in regards to Harrowstone, this is what you guys know. Harrowstone is a ruined prison, partially destroyed by fire in 4661, which is about 50 years ago, I think it is. The building has stood vacant ever since. The locals suspect that it's haunted and don't enjoy speaking of the place. What else do you know? Harrowstone was built in 4594. Ravengrow was founded at the same time as a place where guards and their families could live and that would produce food and other supplies used by the prison. The fire that killed all of the prisoners and most of the guards destroyed a large portion of the prison's underground eastern wing, but left most of the stone structure above relatively intact. The prison's warden perished in the fire along with his wife, although no one knows why she was in the prison when the fire occurred. A statue commemorating the warden and the guards who lost their lives was built in the months after the tragedy. That statue still stands on the riverbank just outside of town. Most of the hardened criminals sent to Harrowstone spent only a few months imprisoned, for it was here that most of Ustalav's executions during that era were carried out. The fire that caused the tragedy was, in fact, a blessing in disguise, for the prisoners had rioted and gained control of the prison's dungeons immediately prior to the conflagration. It was only through the self-sacrifice of Warden Hawkran and 23 of his guards that the prisoners were prevented from escaping. The guards gave their lives to save the town of Ravengrow. And this is stuff that Dirk and Troth know just from their own personal knowledge of Ravengrow, or of Harrowstone. Now, in regards to the Whispering Way, the Whispering Way is a sinister organization of necromancers that has been active in the Inner Sea region for thousands of years. That is what Troth and Amelia know, but Amelia knows a little bit more. Agents of the Whispering Way often seek alliances with undead creatures or are themselves undead. The Whispering Way's most notorious member was Tar Baffin, the Whispering Tyrant, although society itself has existed much longer than even that mighty necromancer. And you guys probably... well, we'll see what this says. She also knows the Whispering Way itself is a series of philosophies that can only be transferred via whispers. The philosophies are never written or spoken out loudly, making the exact goals and nature of the secretive philosophy difficult for outsiders to learn much about. You do know that the Whispering Tyrant was basically the person who took over this entire region for a long period of time.
Apparently S'mores texted me saying Celeste is going to accompany the gnome. So whatever the gnome's doing, Celeste is going to do it.
Why is he texting? Why isn't he playing?
Not sure.
Maybe he was road tripping. Or he's taking a poop.
A giant poop.
But yeah, I saw it in the chat that Celeste is going to hang out with Troth. And Troth's nickname is actually Trot, T-R-O-G-T, because it's Trot the Nut This.
Yeah, it's a shitty character, I know.
So he tells everyone to call him Trot.
He's thought.
Alright, so you guys you're all spending the rest of the evening going rifling through the library?
Yes, of the estate, the Lorimar estate.
Okay, can I get a a history or local from... oh, sorry. Yeah, so which one are you researching there, Dirk? Are you researching Harrowstone or the Whispering Way?
I planned on doing Harrowstone. So...
yeah, because you don't have any checks for Whispering Way. Okay.
Well, I did have religion.
You did have religion?
I think religion came up once, but I rolled pretty shitty for it.
What was your roll in religion?
10.
Yeah, it's just a baseline.
Yeah. I rolled really good for Harrowstone Prison. I got like a 25 or something like that.
Okay, so...
no, 24, sorry.
The only people... so, S'mores and Amelia can help research the Whispering Way, but they cannot help research Harrowstone. But the NPC can help on Harrowstone, but can't help in Whispering Way. But the Trots and Dirk can research both.
I can research everything.
Yeah. So right now, Amelia seems to know the most about the Whispering Way, and Dirk and Trot are pretty much neck and neck about what they know about Harrowstone. So, use that as you will. Plus, you have all those books that the professor had.
Yeah, I guess we can look through those really quick and find out what exactly they're about. From his will, he just sounded like books he'd borrowed for research, but they might have something to do with stuff.
Well, not books he borrowed. A lot of these books are the books that he had gathered himself.
Oh, okay. He just said return them to the university, so I thought they were books he had borrowed.
In some cases, yeah, but they're him and his friends, as it indicated by the letter.
Gather
dark
places.
books and hide it from. It's illegal to hold these books, as he indicated.
Is your cat bitching at you already?
Yeah, I know. It's only 7:30. She's been getting really, really naggy lately. Like more and more and more. I don't know what's going on with her.
Fist you in the fucking ass and work you like a meat puppet.
Oh, no, that's what they're gonna do to you, little gnome. So the Umbral Leaves is a lexicon, is a translated lexicon of the unholy book of Zon Kuthon, but doesn't seem to hold anything relevant. Serving Your Hunger is a copy of one of several unholy books sacred to the goddess of Urgathoa. Lorimar's notations liberally sprinkle the margins. Unverified Madness is a jet black book, is a treatise on aberrations and other entities found in Galarian that possesses remote ties to dark tapestry, the name given to the dark places between the stars and the night sky. And the last one is Locked. It has a rich purple cover, and it contains a brass scarab set with a single eye on its center.
So, a cookbook on how to cook humans, a book about aberrations and the stuff in between dimensions, and I can't remember what the first one was.
Well, there is no cookbook. Yeah, only none of them seem to have anything that matters, and the last book is currently locked, so.
Probably like Arcane Lock or something like that.
It just doesn't have a key.
Yeah. It's evil. It's locked for a reason. That's fine. Well, after we finish researching all the research,
we should probably ask if one of our minions has the ability to unlock this one book to see if it has anything related to our current investigations.
oh, it'll probably eat your soul. Don't worry about it. The book will eat your soul. Probably will. Books like to eat people's souls.
Well, I'll ask if somebody has the ability to unlock the book.
I have disabled device.
But no tools.
Pardon?
But you have no tools.
Did you not buy thieves' tools?
Nope. Too expensive.
They are pretty expensive, especially the good ones.
Yeah, alchemists, most of their money's put in to gain the spell book, so.
Well, they get a free spellbook.
Well, I know, but her income is so low because of the spell book.
Oh, yeah. Starting income.
Yeah.
And Trot goes and says, does anyone possibly think they might be able to unlock this book?
If you get me some tools.
Well, unfortunately, my dear, are you a man, or are you playing a man or a woman?
I'm a woman.
I can't tell because the picture's so tiny. Says, unfortunately, my dear, that sort of skill set is not one of mine, so I do not possess such tools. Perhaps we should flag this book and hang on to it until we can open it and see if it'll be of use.
Well, they should probably lock the chest up anyway, because these books are technically illegal to own. And hide the chest somewhere in the manor until we actually need to take it out and bring it to the university in a month or so time.
Okay, so Dirk is researching the Harrow Stone. Is anybody assisting him, or is everybody going to be doing their own individual studies?
I think we'll have a better chance since Dirk and I have basically the same score. It'd probably be better if we both make our own individual checks.
Well, you'll need to decide if you're going to research Harrow Stone or the Whispering Way, because you only get one check a day. And it takes the whole day.
Yep. So, yeah, I think Trot is also going to research Harrow Stone. He's better at that than the religion of the Whispering Way.
Okay, the NPC is going to... Or the hooded woman who put her hood back up, it will assist Dirk when it comes to Harrow Stone. What is Amelia doing?
How far away is the university?
Far.
A month.
Yeah, it's a month away. That's when it is.
Well, I was wondering if I could go to the university to do some research.
In a month.
In a month, yeah. You've been asked to stick around.
Well, I thought if the university was like an hour and a half away, I could walk an hour and a half away to do
This town is in the boonies.
Yeah.
The university is going to be in a big city. It's probably going to be like a month travel just to get to it.
It's pretty much the capital of this province.
Yeah. Let alone the travel time and all that stuff.
And the fact it takes an all day of research. I'm giving you a free night research.
Oh, S'mores is back.
Yeah.
Is there a library in town
Yes, we're in it.
besides his house?
Maybe the temple, possibly.
Yeah, she says...
If they'll let you in there.
Kendra says that there's a few places that might be okay to research, and if you can convince anybody to let you. The Ravengrow Town Hall might be a good place to do the research on Harrow Stone itself. The Temple of Pharasma, she says, as well, might be a really good place to research as well, because their records would cover a vast variety of things and be pretty expansive, because they're Temple of Pharasma. They're all about retaining knowledge. You may also be able to gather some knowledge from people At least in regards to Harrowstone and stuff. There's
Alright,
also a
good.
school in town as well. That might be a good source for at least Harrowstone. She says, in regards to Whispering Way, Temple of Pharasma might, and also her father's documents, obviously, because she's being researched in the Whispering Way, might be the best places for that.
Okay, so I guess I can only research the Whispering Way, so I can research some more here at her house. What would you like me to roll?
Well, I'm just confirming what everybody's doing. And what is S'mores doing?
So you said that we can go to the church and pull up some records?
Potentially.
I think that's what I want to do. Celeste, the idea that Celeste goes into the temple and kind of tries to talk her way into asking for help, looking for certain records. I like that idea. Is that cool with everybody else?
Don't get dead.
Don't get what?
Don't get down.
If you piss somebody off and get into a fight, you're all by yourself. You're probably gonna die.
Well, they wouldn't kill me. Why would anyone?
That's what you say.
Okay, so let's get, let's see, the NPC will roll hers. Are you
And
seeing...
Celeste makes it very clear, by the way, that she's going to the church, and she offers for anyone to join her if they would like.
I mean, I spent a night researching the ruins in this house. It doesn't hurt me any to go and research it in the temple.
You guys, this is your first night. You guys haven't researched anywhere.
Oh, okay. So this is the first night.
Yeah, those initial rolls were just what you guys knew offhand.
Oh, okay.
Apparently these research sites will also allow you to make checks untrained.
Ooh, untrained checks. Yeah, for this first night, I want to spend it searching in this house for sure. Days in the future go other places, but first night in the house seems good to me.
Oh, if it's gonna be nighttime, I don't want to show up at the church in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, it's nighttime. You guys have been at this all day.
People are talking all day long, not just during the day. The Church of Pharasma is always open, ready to accept your awaiting soul for damnation.
Okay, so what is S'mores doing then?
You can research the Whispering Way or the prison.
Is
I don't know if
Whispering
you got the
Way
rolls for it.
Is
He's
the
got-
Whispering Way the one with the religion?
Yes.
Alright, then I'll research that. Even better if I can help someone else research that.
Alright, let's see.
I'm
What?
helpful.
Well, first, Trot, make your history or local for Harrowstone, since yours is simple. Since you're by yourself.
Make a local check.
You do not discover anything new. Dirk, are you using local or history?
History.
Okay, make your roll at +2.
Plus an additional one for guidance, or
Sure. Or no. Temporary buffs don't work.
well, I can keep casting it every 2 minutes.
I'll let you get your +1, but then you'll only get to research roll every 2 days.
That's fine.
Because you're constantly getting distracted by casting a buff. every
Poking
minute.
myself every 2 minutes. No, that's fine. Just a +2 then. Works for me. History. Nope. Well, maybe.
You do not learn anything new. So when it comes to Whispering Way, Amelia is researching it through Arcana, not religion, so you can't assist in Amelia. Unless you want to do it at no plus. In that case, it'd just be an intelligence roll.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll just roll intelligence.
Luckily, the library lets you make this check untrained, so you can actually try. Because normally you can't.
Well, you can. You just get a 10 at max.
Well, you can't actually do it. You can't use assist on knowledge checks untrained.
Oh, and assists.
Did that roll?
No.
No, I don't see it anyway.
Come on.
I see it rolling.
Okay, Amelia, make your knowledge
Nice.
Arcana at +5.
Yeah.
Because Celeste is helpful.
Celeste is catering. Yeah. Celeste has the science of making people do what they do better. Down.
Yeah, Amelia sucks. She's caught up
All
in
of
your
you
beauty,
suck.
and she's like, seriously? Like,
Celeste is bringing her all the right books and handing her all the right papers, and then just Amelia knocks them on the floor and spills coffee on them.
Yeah.
She every time she's passing, she's like throwing her hair over her pauldron, and you know, she's reaching up for a book, and it's on the top shelf, and she's on her tiptoes, and it's all distracting. I understand.
So your first night is not very productive in the research, but really you only had a partial night, so it's not a big deal. You guys go to bed that night, and it is uneventful. You wake up in the morning,
We wake up. That's not allowed.
and it's another day.
Didn't get stabbed in our sleep. How dare you?
we woke up alive.
You want to take heightened awareness off me?
Did we do introductions?
You're more than welcome to.
Of each other, we kind of did when we were sitting down before the will was read. We're like, I know the processor for such and such amount of time, and
But I don't remember if Celeste actually remembers anyone's name.
No, you guys didn't ask names. That's why I keep on referring to the NPC as NPC.
Well, when they get up, over breakfast,
Kendra makes breakfast.
Celeste... Oh, Kendra makes breakfast. Celeste wakes up, her hair is a mess, but she's gonna go down and try and help with the making of the breakfast. She had the intent of making breakfast and was beaten
Sweet.
to it.
Make a wisdom check.
Oh. Cooking is wisdom, alright.
Yep,
Let's
profession.
go.
You gotta be attentive. Yeah. You
Negative
help
two.
make breakfast better.
She just gets lucky. She really shouldn't be trusted with a knife. Well, as long
Or
as it's
fire.
yeah. Whenever she gets involved in anything difficult, that kind of is what happens. And sometimes it's intentional, even. So, so usually that one this time, despite her intention, introduced herself. She is helping to set out breakfast, and introduces herself to. What did you say your name was?
Who are you asking?
The one that she's helping cooking?
That's Kendra.
It's the professor's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, she like quite forwardly asks, "What did you say your name was?"
Yeah, she says your name is
To,
Kendra.
Kendra. Oh, good. Thank you for starting this. I'm glad that I could help. Are the rest of our friends awake?
There we go. Finally found it.
Another map for us?
No, the
all
the
awake?
gazetteer.
Ah, I might as well wake up.
You're not awake. Celeste is gonna come wake you up.
I'll wake up when I smell bacon. I'm not waking up till I smell bacon.
Well, she smells like cooked food. Because she's been helping in the kitchen, and she probably has spilled something or another on herself.
The hell?
She's a terrible cook, but
Oh, okay. What?
So the actions in this are going to pretty much be, if you're doing research, that is an all-day thing. If you are going to explore locations or doing other things, it is probably going to be an all-day thing. So you have to divvy up your checks as such.
Oh, posting polls.
what?
There's a bunch of polls in the towns that say a bunch of shit.
Posting polls. There's a cook-off.
Right back, bathroom break. I don't know.
Town hall, a temple, general store, forge, apothecary, the
What is this
jail,
under?
the gazetteer. It was sort of shared with us. Some of it is kind of weirded out, but
Alright. Is anyone else getting like a 1/4 quarter?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of weirded out. It's only like
Yeah.
showing quarters of maps and stuff like that, but the information's there. It's just, not the pictures of people or the actual map. It's fine. I'm not sure how much of this we're actually supposed to read, so I'm only reading like parts of it.
I think we're supposed to read it all.
Well, we're not. We're doubtful supposed to know people's names until we actually go there.
Well, one thing that stood out to me is that we can get postings on the posting poll for 1 copper piece. I think that's a good idea. I don't know what we're gonna post, but it seems like a good deal. Think we could put up some recruitment pages?
Or maybe we could look to go see if there's work there.
Work for what?
We're here for a month. We gotta do something to get these people to like us so we can grease them for information.
We do? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. If that's what you want to do. I was just going to go down, chat some people up at the local inn. Tavern. Wonder what this town have. I hope the general store. they're nice. They probably know all kinds of things. Any adventurers passing through here would probably go there, and so they probably have a bunch of good stories. I wonder if they've met any really famous adventurers. I'm going to be like that one day. Did you know that?
Oh Jesus, we have to get a trust score of 28 just to purchase magical items off the temple.
Huh? What do you want to do?
Besides, why are you worried about work so much?
Not what this is about.
All of our... everything is taken care of. This is a lovely house.
You can keep researching the house.
Don't you think?
I'm just afraid of wasting our days.
I know. Okay, so what are people doing?
Well, other than doing research, we can go check out that false crypt at Eversleep and Blackpath. Other than that, we can just explore the town.
You guys call. I said this is a fairly open-ended setting, so.
Yeah.
Celeste wants to go make friends. So, I'm looking if there is a tavern or something of the such.
There is a tavern.
We can also go check out those posting poles, wherever they are. We're only seeing 1/4 of that map in the Gazetteer, but it's all
Yeah,
like cut
I'll
off
show you.
and
I'll
shit,
show you the
but
DM
it's-
map. Doesn't have anything other than the
okay.
list. So.
Yeah, so the posting poles are all over town. Go figure. They all have the same thing on them, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's the idea is that you pay them a copper piece a week, and they run around and make sure all the different poles have the same thing on them. So unless somebody goes up and like takes one down, falls off or something, they'll all have the same information. Generally speaking.
So the Temple of Phrasma was supposed to be a good place to investigate the Harrowstone prison?
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah. And I wouldn't mind talking to the clerics over there anyway. It's always good to introduce yourself to the local temple. It's E, wherever the hell that is. Okay, that's way up there. And there's a posting pole out in front.
Well, if you decide that you want to go there and let Celeste know, Celeste will definitely join you.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to the temple and check out a pole. I don't think checking out what's listed on a posting pole will take me a whole day, but going to the temple and researching stuff in the temple will definitely take me a whole day. So that's my plan for the day anyway. Head to the temple and check out the pole.
What letter are the poles supposed to be?
Bees.
B emoji.
I don't even think they have any relevance.
Yeah, they're supposed to
never
have
mind.
job postings on them and missing pets and the daily politics also in town, which could be interesting to know.
No, the posting pole will be something you want to check on regularly.
Yeah, I kind of figured since they're there.
Not right away, but it will be.
Yeah, it's
Is
like the
it
weekly
odd-
newspaper.
Is it considered like faux pas in this town to be wearing your plate armor?
You don't know. You've not even been here 24 hours.
Okay. Have I seen anyone else wearing any amount of armor?
Just you guys.
Okay.
It's
But-
pretty obvious we're outsiders.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a bunch of, like, commoners wearing commoner clothes. Those ruffians we ran into, they probably had, like, threadbare and garbage clothes on and nothing else. They might have
farmers.
had, like... They might have had, like, farming implements for weapons. We're doubtfully gonna come across anybody actually armed and armored unless they're, like, town guards or stuff like that.
Which there
It's
really
just
isn't.
a
There's a sheriff and his deputies, but other than that.
Yeah, they're going to be probably the only people walking around with weapons and armor, just because the common folk don't really need weapons and armor. I mean, what are they going to do with them? Armor's going to weigh them down on their daily tasks, and weapons are going to get in the way.
Amelia also suggested going to the church. So his third vote for the church.
Well,
How about Trotsy?
Trot offers to continue staying within the estate and continuing to do research while the others go about and explore the town.
The NPC offers to stay with you at the manor to continue researching the
oh
heresy.
yeah, I guess we should all introduce ourselves over breakfast.
And as you guys are going about breakfast and saying and starting to introduce your names, and Trout just goes and says, "Oh, apologies. I thought you heard my name when I introduced myself to Lady Kendra. Apologies. I am Trothanut This, at your service. Most people just call me Trot, so just call me Trot."
I will mumble Dirk through mouthfuls of food while I'm eating.
What's
Dirk the
Dirk
jerk.
look like?
Dirk looks like a gypsy. He's human. He's got like a whip on his side. He's got like light armor. He's a gypsy looking dude. He kind of looks like he's the same race as everybody around this area, but he's not dressed like them.
Okay.
Amelia is AFK, but she basically looks like not so much an academic, but she's got vials of weird concoctions and other implements around her belt. And has goggles, and she clearly looks like somebody who gets messy.
Oh yeah, and today Trot's hair and beard are all purple. You recall that his hair was white the day before during the funeral procession, and yeah, when he came downstairs, his hair's purple now.
Hold on 1 second.
Do the carpets match the drapes?
Oh, okay. So yes, Celeste does notice that.
And the tiefling just simply says, Trella, and leaves it at that.
Well, I guess since we saved the best for last, I'm Celeste. Nice to meet you all. Glad that you're here accompanying me on this adventure. So, any of you adventured before?
And Trot's like, no, I merely helped the professor with his research. Nothing dangerous of any
way, shape, or form. Of course not. Really, academic work, you see. Which is why, yes, if you all seek to go and explore the town, yes, by all means, I'll continue and stay here and research. You go off, have fun, see the sights. If there's anything of interest that might aid us in researching the Harrowstone, the Whispering Way, any of these things, just let me know. And if you need my assistance, I'll come along with you.
That sounds good, Trot. Well, we have a couple things that we should probably do in this new town. We should probably see if we can get in on the local style. Or we could make friends with the local church, or go shopping at the general store, or maybe even see if they have a smith here. It's always good to make friends with a smith.
Phyllis says, I'll stay here with the gnome.
And he's like, no, not gnome. You just call me Trot. Just Trot. Yes. Excellent. And he's nodding and smiling. His purple hair just waggling in the breeze.
Trot, did you do something with your hair?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I like to change it up on a daily basis. Yes, we gnomes, we have a native magic. So, yeah, just every day, just minor touch-ups here and there. You know, a little wash down, things like that. Yes, must be presentable. Always presentable.
That is important. I'm glad to know that somebody has style around here.
Oh, yes, you should hear me tell tales. And every once in a while, you get enough drink in me. I can do a mighty fine jig as well.
Then we'll have to explore that sometime.
Yes, but on with the professor's wishes. Must accomplish this. Must get this done. Absolutely.
Oh, we have a month. Don't be so uptight.
Oh, my dear, my good new friend. Oh, I just love to research things. Yes, books. Oh, the knowledge that they contain. Oh, excellent. So fascinating.
Yes. Yes, books are very nice. So, the rest of you, I hope that I could get some accompaniment wherever that we decide to go. I don't have any particularly strong feelings about where we start. We have a month after all. But we should probably pick a place to go first. Any ideas?
Well, I kind of wanted to introduce myself over at the Temple of Pharasma there. It's always a good idea to ingratiate yourself with the local clergy.
Yes. See, I'm familiar with Pharasma. I am more of a... Well, I'm a paladin, particularly a domine. How do you say that? Out of character.
Iomade?
Iomade? I am a paladin of Iomade. I hope that wouldn't cause any, well, hang-ups on their end. I certainly don't judge them. This is just who found my calling, but, well, we'll see.
Well, the only people that Phrasma has problems with are mostly, undead. She's big on the destroying undead. So as far as I know, Almade is a good goddess of honor, justice, and valor. So they shouldn't have any issues with Paladin of Adamade coming in there.
Absolutely. And I'm not... Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, quite right. Pharasma and Iomade, they're like that, and you see Trot going basically cross his fingers. I mean, they're like two peas in a pod. I mean, they both don't dislike undead. They're both probably against Rovagug, the god of destruction. I mean, sure, what could go wrong?
Oh, well, I wasn't talking particularly about the gods themselves, more the clergy. Well,
I mean, yes, they're probably not going to give you any favoritism, obviously. You're not one of their deities chosen, but I mean, they won't think any worse of you. You can at least take care of that.
well, I guess we'll see. Of course, I would be very surprised if they didn't like me. I just have a way with people, you know?
Oh, you don't know Ustalav, then? Yes, very, very distrusting folk. Yes, if you're not one of them, then you're an outsider. But Trot says, best of luck to you all. I'm sure you'll do excellent.
I think that it would be in our best interest to pick up some of the local fashion and see if that would help us ease the troubles of being seen as... I might turn heads, but hopefully if they see me dressed like them, they'll think that I'm, well, one of them.
Trella kind of chuckles. She goes, with that skin, there's no way you're one of them.
Trot's just like smiling and nodding his head. Yes, excellent. You do that. Yes. I mean, it couldn't hurt, right?
Right. So what did you... What was that said? I caught what Trot said, but I didn't catch the other thing.
Trella kind of chuckles at you and says, with that skin, there's no way you're from around here.
With what skin do you say?
You're too pretty. You don't look weather beaten. And you're probably the wrong color.
If you wait until tomorrow, I can do something about that. I can give you a little, change of your complexion. Just a tad, little, maybe suntan, little weather beaten.
That's the opposite of what the look is around here. Everybody around here looks grayed out. Like all color has been washed out of their world.
You gotta go roll in the dirt a little bit and
Damn these people. I mean, no sense of style, I go and say. Well, I can do that as well. I can make you look a little whitewashed, a little yes, a little less color, a little more grayed out. I can probably do that. It's tomorrow, though. Not today. Tomorrow.
Plink, 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 plink.
Stop being so damn popular, Steve.
Beep, beep, beep.
Just a truck backing up in
I
him.
like the sound of being washed out, or getting dirty, or any of that.
Yes, no. You'll never see me looking like that. Yeah. I mean, for these people, yes. Oh, okay. Fine. It's their thing. But me, no. You'll never see me. But if you want to go and pose as them, I could probably make it happen. But again, tomorrow.
Then in that case, I think that, well, at some point, we'll have to pick up some of the local fashion, but tomorrow is fine. So, how about we make our trip?
Sounds good to me.
So Dirk, Amelia, and Celeste are all going to the church.
That's my plan.
Amelia, are you going?
Dirk's going to the church.
Yeah. Celeste is going to accompany Dirk.
And Hypocrite's ignoring us because she's too busy looking up porn and playing Ticket to Ride, I'm guessing.
I'm not playing Ticket to Ride. I'm playing for the kids because they're supposed to come down and get their meds here soon. I'm off to the library, or no, off to the church, we said, right?
Okay.
To the church? Alright. Well, as long as you're...
Chart just waves at the three of them and says, "Goodbye, good luck. Hey, don't piss anyone off."
So you guys go to the bulletin board, and the latest bulletin is a little old, and basically all it talks about is the funeral for the professor. There's nothing new on it quite yet. It's also early in the morning, so if there's anything that was going on, it wouldn't be out till later. So that's all that's on the bulletin board, and some local irrelevant stuff.
That's fine. How's the wording on the professor's funeral? Just that it's happening, or is it like, hey,
Yeah,
this
pretty
outsider?
much that it happened. He's not an outsider at all. He's been here for a long time, so he's definitely not an outsider. But no, it's definitely written in a neutral, kind of matter-of-fact way.
Maybe they'll add my words to his obituary.
Oh yeah, is there an obituary?
That's pretty much what it was. Remember, he died almost a month ago, so whatever obituary would have been written a long time ago.
Well, he died no more than 17 days before we arrived because...
Yeah, he died on the day he wrote his last journal note. So yeah, 18 days ago now.
Goodbye.
Couple of weeks. Anyway, let's head over to the temple.
Alright, it's a kind of a medium-sized temple of Pharasma.
Right. Celeste is, unless anyone else is going to muscle in front of her, Celeste is going to take point. When she's walking through the street, she is a ray of sunshine that no one can miss. Either because she's basically screaming positivity, or because she clinks loud as a motherfucker. She walks. So, and
She
she's
struts.
going to... Oh yeah. No, her walk, it is announced. She does not sneak. She actually prefers that people see her, and even better, acknowledge her as she walks past them. She'll, throw friendly waves and throw short greetings to people as she passes them, even just complete strangers. Just kind of, basically making everyone aware that she is here in town and she's happy. And she's gonna go into the temple, lead the other two in unless one of them wants to take point.
No, that's fine. All good in your hood.
Well, the cleric sees you enter and goes, welcome to the Temple of Phrasma. How, kind of gives you a curious look. How may I help you?
Well, we were wondering if we could look through your records.
Well, yes, we were. We were. First introductions.
Oh yes,
Hi,
and
I'm
introduce ourselves.
Celeste. I am a paladin of Iomade. Nice to meet you. My friends are here. And we were wondering if we could pretty please, use, peruse your records, if that's okay.
The cleric kind of gets very what's the word? Very nose up in the air and goes, "You may not look at our records."
Well, that's. Is there anything that would change your mind?
These are the records of Phrasma. Our records are important and not to be given to the likes of outsiders and the uneducated like yourselves.
I'm a paladin of Iomade. As you understand, we have a shared brotherhood.
He laughs. He goes, "A shared brotherhood? Just because you're one of those uppity, shiny platewares, our church was smart enough never to allow your kind in our order."
Well, that's just hurtful. And I'd really appreciate it if you were at least a little bit respectful for someone like me who is trying to help you.
Help me? You're the one asking for my help. I don't need your help. You are not of this church. You are not a follower of Phrasma. You serve no function within our church. We don't even seek the same ends. I'm not sure where you seem to get the idea that you are serving us. This is why we don't allow paladins in our order. You're so pretentious and uppity and think you're so self-entitled and that everybody should bow before you. He just goes on a tirade.
She's
The anti-paladin tirade.
Basically, she's going to slowly, like, almost stutter, like start and then stop. You know, letting his tirade. And she says, "I too like to destroy the undead."
You should really make a knowledge religion check there, S'mores.
Okay.
Yeah, you have no idea why he's so upset.
The 14.
Why didn't it add your bonus?
Oh, I just grabbed a d20 and rolled it because my.
No, use the actual skill.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're there.
My religion bonus is +4.
No, just roll the skill.
Roll it. You can do it.
That's a little bit. You know that Phrasma is a true neutral god and are not motivated by laws nor kindness. They are purely logical and knowledge-based. They have no drive towards doing what's right because it's what's right or doing what's good because it's good. They also aren't driven by evil. there's not a single person in their order that would align with your character in any way, shape, or form, beyond a couple things here and there. So Phrasma is pretty far away from where you stand as a worshipper of Omade.
But they dislike undead, right?
That's about it. That's
Yeah.
the only common ground they'll have to stand on, is that they dislike undead.
Yeah,
I can
they
work
probably
on that.
hate undead more than Omade does, because they think undead is
Aberration.
yeah, it's aberrant. It just doesn't belong. Undead serve no place in this world.
It's basically a perversion of the soul, basically, and that it's keeping the soul from reaching its final destination.
So I'm gonna
We're gonna.
pat Celeste on the shoulder reassuringly and talk to the priest and go, listen, brother, because I'm actually a worshiper of Phrasma. We just wanted to do some research, and the church usually has the best collection of knowledge around.
And we protect that knowledge under all circumstances. But
Yes,
feel free to try and make a diplomacy check if you want to try to convince them otherwise.
Knowledge
I'll let
should
you
also be shared amongst the Brotherhood.
I'll let you use Celeste's diplomacy for this one, just because I know her shares is higher.
I've got a +6 to my diplomacy. I don't know what Celeste has to hers.
8, I believe.
Got a +8. I can roll to assist.
You should probably do the main role, and he should assist.
Yeah, I'll assist you. Maybe, yeah, that's enough to assist barely.
How do I add a +2 bonus?
Okay,
At
so on
the
the
very
bottom
left.
Oh. Lost my character. Okay. At the very bottom left?
of the
beside the
screen,
dice.
not your character sheet, of the actual screen. You'll see the
Okay.
modifier thing. Just type a 2 in there, and then roll.
Okay. And then diplomacy. Hell yeah, brother.
Okay.
Boom!
He says, kind of huffs and goes, "Fine, you can use our tombs, but if I catch any of you mistreating them, you will be removed from this place and never be allowed to return."
Mistreating knowledge is a great sin. A great sin against Phrasma.
To hurt or destroy any of yours. You have my word as a paladin.
He harumps at the whole word as a paladin garbage.
This whole town hates everybody.
Wow,
Oh.
Phrasma has no paladins, and nor would they ever want paladins.
No.
They have no interest in big dumb fighters, is essentially how they look at paladins.
Yeah.
But I'm a big dumb pretty fighter.
Yeah, which makes you even worse, because those who are pretty tend to be vain.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Not as vain as it gets. But, okay.
Hey, Turbo Trots, are you doing local or history?
Local, because it's better.
Get a +2.
Get another 22.
And you discover... Oh, did you add another +2?
I did not. So it'd be 24.
You still feel that there is more to be known about Harrowstone that you do not already know. Okay, so S'mores, who are you assisting?
What?
Or are you making your own roll?
So, if Dirk is doing the whole research thing, Celeste is going to help.
Actually, I guess the question is Dirk researching Harrowstone or Whispering Way here?
I think I was researching Harrowstone here because I only have history and religion, so I can't do the Whispering Way.
Whispering Way is Arcana religion.
Well, I was planning on
one or the
doing.
other, so.
I was planning on doing more research. Or wait, was the temple was supposed to give more? Would give a bonus versus Harrowstone prisons, and that's kind of why I wanted to come in here too, because they had.
Well, the temple has
records.
everything. The temple has everything, so it doesn't matter what you're researching. They have something of everything.
Oh, okay. Well, they also had records on who was killed at the prison, which seemed to be important to Lorimir. So, I mean, he came here to research that, which was kind of why I wanted to come here and research that too. So yeah, definitely the prison here.
Okay, so S'mores, if you're going to help, you're going to have to help Amelia, because you can't help on Harrowstone.
Okay.
Well, you could. It's just you're going to be better at helping Amelia than you would be with Dirk. Because you actually know something about religion. Or never mind, no, because she's doing it through Arcana. So yeah, you can help either or. Never mind, I'm wrong.
And it would just be straight intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it would possibly be better for me to do research on my own.
That is entirely an option.
No, I'm gonna be helpful. Celeste isn't going to do research on her own.
Okay, who's she gonna help?
What's up there?
Okay, make a null. Where are you using local? Actually, you just make an int check.
Yeah, I'm just making a straight intelligence. Do I get a bonus because I'm at the
Nope.
church?
Nope, because you're doing untrained.
Okay.
Your bonus is the fact you get to make a roll at all.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, Dirk, you can add +7. They seem to have a lot of information on Harrowstone that Laura Morris did not have.
Perfect. That's why I came here. And that 20 also beats my paranoia, because I'm paranoid, so it's harder to help me. You bring me a book and I look at it twice going, is that the right book? Is that the right book? Is that the right book? I guess that's the right book.
Basically calm him down.
So what effect does that have on you?
Paranoid, he needs a 15 to 8 other on me.
Oh jeez, ouch.
Yeah, that's a good drawback. I like it.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to bring it up because he wouldn't know I'm paranoid, but now it's pretty obvious that I'm a little paranoid because I'm like triple checking everything you bring me.
Celeste runs like a hand over the shoulder, calms him down, you know, flips the books.
Gives him a
to
handy.
very carefully. No. Nah.
Well, that's not very paladin-like of you.
I'm going to dodge you as you try and touch me because I also don't like touches.
Okay.
Okay, make your roll +7.
I'm reclusive and paranoid because of my oracle curse. So I can't. When allies must succeed at a melee touch with touch spells against me, even to help me, and I must resist spells if somebody casts one on me, even an ally, even a helpful spell, just because I'm like reclusive and paranoid.
He's trying to get himself killed off, is what he's trying to do.
Well,
DM murder.
Celeste is-
Just drops dead.
Celeste has the ability to assuage even the most paranoid fears.
Hey, make your roll.
She's gonna
Yeah,
do-
sorry. +7. That'll do.
That will definitely
Hell yeah,
complete
brother.
Harrowstone. Okay, you get the last tidbit of Harrowstone info. At the time Harrowstone burned, 5 particularly notorious criminals had recently arrived at the prison. While the commonly held belief is that the tragic fire began accidentally after the riot began, in fact the prisoners had already seized control of the dungeon and had been in command of the lower level for several hours before the fire. Warden Hockren triggered a deadfall to seal the rioting prisoners in the lower level, but in so doing trapped himself and nearly 24 guards. The prisoners were in the process of escaping when the panicked guards accidentally started the fire in a desperate attempt to end the riot.
Okay, so the warden triggered a deadfall and the guards caused a fire accidentally. And the deadfall sealed the lower levels?
The deadfall sealed the stairway to the lower levels, yes.
Well, to lower levels, okay. That was my day of searching.
And a roll from Amelia.
My turn, my turn. Knowledge Arcana?
Yep. Jeez, you guys are just
You go, girl!
destroying
What
these.
up?
This was supposed to take you guys like days, if not longer, to get both
We've
of these
wasted
done.
all our 20s on this. Our combat's just gonna be 1, 1, 1, 1.
Exact
That's
details on the society are difficult to discern, but chief among the Whispering Ways goals are discovering formulae for creating liches and engineering the release of the Whispering Tyrant. Agents often travel to remote sites or areas plagued by notorious haunts or undead menaces to perform field research or even to capture unique monsters. The symbol is a gagged skull, and those who learn too many of the Way's secrets are often murdered, and their mouths mutilated to prevent their bodies from divulging secrets via Speak with Dead. And yes, Lorimar's head was thoroughly crushed.
His head was thoroughly crushed.
Yes.
You need an actual working head for Speak with Dead. Speak with Dead to work.
Do you need anything more than a head?
No, you just need the head.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, so that is your research for the day.
I wonder, do paladins get Speak with Dead?
Probably like higher level.
It's like a 3rd level spell, I think, for a paladin use. Maybe.
Okay, so you guys get back to Betty Bye.
Betty Bye. Yeah, you can see that Trot is like frustrated. He's like, there's just not enough material in here. The organization skills of the professor. My lord, it's going to take forever. Oh. So, how did the town go?
Oh, it went splendid. They loved us at the church.
Excellent, excellent. So, what did you guys learn of anything?
Well, Dirk, Amelia.
I found out a little bit more about what happened over at the prison. Apparently the warden sealed up the lower levels with a deadfall, and the guards actually caused the fire by accident. Looks like the criminals were in full riot and fought. They had been escaped for a couple hours and were trying to, they had been in riot for a couple hours and were trying to escape when this all went down.
Interesting. Interesting. So that would mean that the lower levels of the Harrowstone probably haven't been accessed. So
anything worth finding would probably be in those levels. Excellent work. Very good. And you say, Amelia, you found something else out as well with the Whispering Way. Tell me, what?
She's on Fatbook again.
I'm not on Facebook.
She's sexting with her boyfriend again.
Oh, I was texting me, so I texted them back. And I was putting the boys to bed when you were telling us what the Whispering Way stuff.
Oh. So, liches, you say? Raising of undead? Oh, and assassinating people if they find out too much about their organization, the Whispering Tyrant. That's... Very interesting. So, and yes, with the state of the professor, perhaps the professor found out too much. Maybe he found a way in to the lower levels of Harrowstone.
Possibly his head was smashed all the way in, so he can't even make him talk.
Very interesting. But his journal states that he had trouble with ghosts or some form of specters, and nothing that we found so far is, or we actually looked into, would tell us how to go about avoiding such things and getting entry without being stopped.
Well, there's supposed to be that false crypt. We can go investigate that. That was supposed to have something protective for against the spirits and whatnot.
Possibly. Huh. Well, I guess couldn't hurt to go and try to go and discover the false crypt tomorrow. After all, you all have made some great discoveries. Excellent work. Excellent, I must say.
Thank you. Celeste says, taking credit.
I have no problem with Celeste taking credit.
She did bring me like all the right books, so.
Ah, well, this is great. So yes, if we can find something of use to help protect us against these ghosts or specters that are said to, the professor said to be defending Harrowstone, then yes, perhaps we should go and try to seek out this crypt and discover its secrets. Hopefully it has something to aid us with Harrowstone. Yes. But tomorrow, yes, we should celebrate your excellent research and discoveries.
Well, if we want to celebrate, we should probably do it at the tavern. That would be the place to celebrate.
And
Wait, tavern?
Trot goes and looks at the professor's daughter and says, what say you, my lady? Would you care to perhaps join us? Perhaps bring a little bit of cheer and our continued success in your father's last wishes.
She kind of looks at you and kind of blinks, goes, "You just told me that my father was probably murdered. That this probably wasn't an accident."
Yes, definitely a tragedy, I must say, but I can tell you that we're on this, my lady, and now that we know that it wasn't an accident, that someone is responsible, we can actually discover who it might have been and bring them to justice. Yes.
I like that idea.
Help your father rest.
Yeah, this is not a time for me to be celebrating the murder of my father.
And Trot just looks quizzically and like he doesn't understand. But this is good news. We know what happened to your father. I mean,
Trot.
yeah, it's sad news. Yeah.
Trot, please. The lady, she needs time.
And you could definitely tell that him being a gnome, he kind of just like doesn't understand. Like,
I walk up behind you and kick you while you're talking in the shin.
Wait,
ow!
You just step on his foot. You know, it's a common thing to do. You don't full on whack him in the back of the knee. Because you might end up launching him. He is a gnome, so, you know, kicking the gnome tends to launch them several feet in the air.
Okay, yeah, and I step on his feet then. And I was like, shut up.
He flies across the room about 3 feet, just from the simple stepping on his foot. Like an air sac in his toe burst.
Trot's like, ouch! And he looks up and he's like, please, madam, please, be more careful. And yeah, he doesn't realize that you're trying to get him to like shut up.
well,
I did use the explicit words, shut up.
And then he's like looking around the room, and then he's slowly catching on. He's like, quite right. Apologies, lady. You know, sometimes these cultural differences they escape me from time to time. I do apologize, and again, you do have my sincere condolences about your father. And rest assured, it seems like we are an exceptional group at discovering things. I do believe that we will discover the culprit that's murdered your father. And have no fear, we shall bring them to justice. You can count on that.
Okay, Avengers, what are you doing now?
Avengers.
Celeste is going to
Assemble!
back up all of the books that were in the chest and make sure that all of the books that were in the chest when she opened it are in the chest.
They are. Except for the journal.
Okay, good. Yeah, she's gonna put the journal in there and then lock the chest and keep the key on her.
Between her breasts.
I thought we already did that. We locked a chest and hid it somewhere in the library. Or in the professor's house, I should say.
Well, she's going to put the journal back wherever this chest is hidden and make sure that it's locked. I think I may have stepped out when that was being done.
Possible. Quite possible.
But yeah, she's going to make sure that the journal is locked up and make sure that there's no one, that there's like, you know, not a chance that it would take a skilled thief to come get the books rather than an unskilled thief.
We mostly just wanted to hide the chest because these books are technically illegal to own, so...
Yeah. And, you know, if they're in the chest, even if a guard comes by, they're not going to ask what's in the chest. So.
Someone mentioned a tavern. A tavern, yes?
Well, yes. Let's go to the tavern.
Excellent. Excellent.
Celeste is going to check on the professor's daughter, and ask her if she is okay and needs some company.
You know, Trot's
I'll check it out.
Trot's emotionally retarded when it comes to these things.
I mean, that's, like, if you think of it like a cultural thing, if death isn't regarded as a bad thing, then finding out that someone who has died, you thought was an accident, now they are murdered, you celebrate knowing more about what happened to them rather than being in the dark. So I can see that.
Yeah, Trot thinks this is like the best news ever. He's like, look, we found out that it wasn't an accident. Someone killed your father. We can hold someone responsible. He was an idiot and inept and got himself killed.
She didn't think he was an idiot or inept when he got himself killed.
Well, we don't have to use all of those words. Just pointing that out there. But let's. I don't want to leave the professor's daughter on her own if she needs company. If she's gonna be okay, then Celeste's gonna go party.
She'll be fine. It's been 17, 18 days. It's not like it's gonna hit her again. It's just more a matter of like, why would she celebrate a murder? Is in her the murder of her father. Now she has to worry about who the murderer is. Is it somebody from town? Is it somebody else? Like, now she's got all these other worries that you guys don't have to concern yourselves with.
Well, yeah, the grief can hit again, especially like if it turns out that the death isn't what you thought it was. I've been
just like medical malpractice. We'll fight for you.
But yeah, if she's gonna be okay, then Celeste is gonna take her at her word, of course, and gonna advocate for fucking. Let's go. Let's go make friends. Let's go drink.
Yes, and perhaps there'll be stories that we can also gain some insight in, and see the sort of people that have been around here in the town that aren't, your everyday townsfolk.
Oh, by the way, what about our? I remember something about 100 gold or 100 platinum pieces.
Yeah, when you take the books back to
The university.
University.
Okay.
In no less time than a month.
Well, you mean we get a month full of room and board, and then we take a trip to university and get paid 1,000 buckaroonies?
Pretty much, yeah.
Best day ever. It's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
He was rolling.
Alright. For now, I have just a couple bucks in my pocket, so let's get fucking sloshed.
And tomorrow we look for work so we can pay for things like getting sloshed.
We have free room and board. We don't need to necessarily work. But if you want to go out and get a job, farming the fields, you are welcome to.
I'll just see what the post board says every day.
Okay, so who's all drinking?
We don't get beer money. So, we gotta...
I am going to babysit because even without alcohol in them, some people don't have filters.
Oh man.
I am definitely going out drinking. Or Dirk, I should say, is definitely going out drinking.
Whoever is drinking, make a fort save.
Or die.
Drink! Drink! Drink!
I wonder if any of my paladin... Wait, hold on. I have to ask. Can I get drunk as a paladin?
Yeah, of course you can. You're not immune to poison.
No,
I'm gonna take.
Yeah, you're a paladin.
Unless you've taken a vow of no drinking or something weird.
That's what I'm wondering.
Trot just goes deep.
That'll do.
Okay. I don't necessarily like my odds, but let's do it.
It's not your worst save. Okay, so you guys are drinking in the tavern. Can't remember what it's called. It's like the Laughing something.
I'm listening to people as we're sitting there and seeing if I can pick up on any conversations.
Ooh.
The Laughing
Then
Demon.
we can work on that together, because Celeste is going to try and get people talking about fucking everything. She is going to chat people the fuck up.
Yeah, this is a pretty somber place. It's mostly a comedy shop.
Oh, a what? A what shop?
Almost like a comedy tavern from what I'm getting from it.
How do you get somber out of comedy?
You see, nobody laughs here. That's a joke.
The patrons are generally somber, but it's kind of a gimmick tavern. Things like, let's see, where's some examples? Vampire steaks and wolf balls, corpse chowder, liquid ghosts.
So the barkeep has a sense of humor.
Yes, very much so.
Then Celeste is going to talk to the barkeep.
Yeah, no, you guys can socialize if you want.
Boy, she is. So this is the Laughing Demon? Is that what we're?
Yep.
Is that where we're at? Cool. Yeah, Celeste is she's going to see if she can get anything out of this barkeep. She wants some stories. She wants some rumors. What do people talk about while they're here?
You guys.
Tell me more about me.
What are the most interesting thing that's happened in the city since the murder? Or
Yeah.
the,
Right.
brick falling on the guy's head?
I know. Isn't it great?
Though you do hear about weird happenings. Weird happenings, things that don't make sense, people seeing things that aren't there, or things not being where they belong. Stuff like that. Nothing major,
Celeste
just
is
little
going
things.
She's going to laugh at these things that he's explaining, these small little phenomena. Like he's telling jokes when he's explaining.
Yeah, that's generally what he's doing.
I don't suppose we have enough time left in the day to do a diplomacy gather information check here, do we?
Depends on what you're trying to gather.
Just any information on anybody unusual in town around the time of the professor's death.
You can make a knowledge, local, or diplomacy if you'd like.
I'll make a diplomacy on that, I think, since I don't have knowledge local.
Celeste isn't going to help on that one. Celeste has her own idea this time.
Nope.
You have nice shoes too.
Not much in the way of juicy rumors.
Celeste wants to make friends. She
That's
wants
okay.
to chat up the locals and see if she can, get to know any of the people around town.
Nobody seems to really want to talk to you. You
Can I use
are
my
you're not a
perception?
fan favorite.
They want to talk about us, not to us.
Yeah, you guys are disliked by the town. You have not done much to curry favor, so.
Well, that's, That's what Celeste is trying to do here. She's trying to get to know people, introduce herself, kind of humanize herself with the locals here.
Yeah, you might be able to make the odd person have no problem with you or have less problem with you, but in general, yeah, as the town as a whole, they don't like you. They don't like you. They don't trust you.
Would a perception tell me anything about how I could win over? Never mind. We discussed this earlier.
Perception.
Never mind.
is
I'm gonna
sight.
shut up.
I think
Well,
Trout is going to go, and after getting done drinking several cups of ale or whatever, he's going to go and jump up onto the bar and start doing a little jig and try to do a perform dance to go and cheer and lighten the mood to get this somber attitude and make it a little bit more cheerful.
Celeste is cheering him on.
Singer gets up on the stage as well and sings to your jig. And can I get perception for everybody?
I have pretty shoes too.
Wait, yes! Hell yeah!
I'm busy doing my jig.
Celeste sees only Trot.
That's a nice jig you got going on there.
And hang on, here's my perform dance.
That's some good singing too.
There you go. There's my perform dance. And I am up on the stage dancing about.
Jeez, everybody's doing shit.
We only get good on knowledge checks, apparently. So good that it breaks the game, but anything else we suck at.
Okay, can I get initiative for everybody?
What?
Bar fight!
Where is the initiative box?
Under combat. Yeah.
Zoom.
There's a
Of course.
place in the wall where the hole lies in.
Okay, can I get you guys to open the map 1.01? Because I'm lazy and didn't bother making a map for this, because I didn't know when you're going to be doing it.
You dance, Jake?
No, something else.
Ooh, unidentified creatures. I like unidentified creatures. It means we're not actually getting into a bar fight.
I don't like that.
It's a fight in a bar.
I would rather not fight people. I would rather just be happy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad we're not fighting locals. Because fighting locals is probably a bad idea. It'll make the town hate us, and they don't like us as is, so making them hate us will probably get us lynched. I don't want to be lynched.
You're gonna be lynched.
My turn?
I don't know, is it?
No. It's surprise round. These things attacking us.
Did you
Okay,
check the
a couple tiny things start trying to attach themselves to your necks there, Amelia and Dirk.
Like, something's on my neck.
No, 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 no. Get off me.
Luckily, your dance at the time managed to kind of keep it off you.
Dance fight!
So I will need another perception from Celeste.
Oh, okay. Do I not see him?
That's the question.
Like, currently I don't see what's attacking my friends.
Well, you're not really fully aware that there's even anything going on. There's singing, there's dancing, there's carousing, but you do notice this tiny bug-looking thing flying around Dirk.
Okay. Well, cool.
Step 1 would be making a knowledge check if you have any relevant knowledges.
Which he does not.
Does it look like an undead creature?
No.
Alright.
That would be a knowledge.
Well, I mean...
Looks like a giant mosquito.
Oh, is it?
Here's the description of it.
It's a giant bug. Okay, well, cool. Just... If I see a giant bug, and it's bugging my friend, it's splattering time. How big is
Bugging
this
my
thing?
friend.
Thank you.
Tinies. I think they're tiny.
Yep, they are tiny.
Oh, well then I'm just gonna go up and punch it. Smack it.
Get a punch of the mosquito on my neck.
I'm gonna squish the bug. So where is that creature?
It's
Like,
in my
what
square.
space? Okay. I'm
Because
just
it's
gonna step
tiny,
up.
it can fit in my square.
Yeah, so as
Yeah,
long as you're
I'm just gonna
adjacent to
step up
Dirk.
and- Yeah. Ooh, 2 pairs of bat wings. Ooh, I don't like that. That makes me feel uncomfy.
Yeah, it's a giant mosquito. They're nasty. Well, it's an insect. It's ugly.
Alright.
Under
I
combat,
would like
just roll the
to
melee.
squish.
You want to target it first.
Yeah.
So in your
How do I-
combat tracker, click on, or at the top of the map, there's a target mode.
And is that the first one or the second one, the one on Dirk?
First one. You can also
That's-
drag it onto the thing on the map.
Yeah. Okay, you've targeted it. Perfect.
And now you've untargeted it. And now you're targeted again.
There we go.
So yeah,
I
under
tried getting all
combat,
the
just
creature
double
in
click melee.
If you're hitting it with your sword, which I'm guessing you're doing, because
No, he says punching
No, I'm
it. You
gonna
guys are
punch
in a tavern, why would you have your weapons?
Why wouldn't I?
You might, because yours is small, but...
Yeah, true enough.
I knew I should have bought a dagger.
So it's so if you right click on the D6 and go to the custom dice, the question mark thingy, go to D3, and under and under modifiers put whatever your strength bonus is.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Clicked
I'll
it.
just add 4 to it.
Yeah.
It's a solid hit.
Gauntlet punch.
You knock it unconscious.
Oh, Dirk, you had a bug on you.
And then to end your
Celeste.
turn, if you look at the bottom of that combat tracker, there's a down arrow thingy. That ends your turn.
Alright, is there... Fuck, I should probably know if I can do any of my other, like, free actions on my turn, but I don't, so...
I don't think there's any free actions you'd want to do. You've taken a 5-foot step, you've attacked. That's pretty much everything. Unless you want to drop your weapon or something. There's not a lot of actual free action stuff to do in Pathfinder.
No. Amelia.
I am going to smack the one on my neck.
Mostly free actions are used to like reload crossbows and stuff like that. If you've got quick reload or pull another arrow out, or there's a few, but not very many.
Okay, it's gonna attempt to grapple you or attack you because you're attacking unarmed, and it is in the same square as you.
You provoke. Oof.
It latches
If you go to
onto your arm.
If you go to attack something, does it get its attack of opportunity before or after you do?
Before.
It's an interrupt. It's
So
an
before,
interrupt,
okay.
yeah.
but because it's a tiny creature and you do not inhabit the same square as it, I didn't say roll yet.
Sorry.
Because it doesn't. It's a tiny creature and it doesn't have a reach. Your attack doesn't provoke because it's not in your square. But in the case of Amelia, if she had moved first, then attacked, then she could have. But
He's also armed because he's got gauntlets, so... Oh wait, he doesn't have... He might not have, I don't know, is it...
that still requires an armed
considered
strike.
a weapon?
No.
Does it?
No, they're not considered a weapon. You have to get spiked.
Yeah, right. I just got a Cesius or whatever it's called.
Okay.
So mine is a Cestus, yeah.
Roll your damage plus or minus your strength.
What is damage?
Was that a
1d
crit?
d3 plus or minus your strength.
Yeah.
And you're
Nice.
gonna want to go to your plus and minus and hit critical on that one because it's not gonna do it automatically.
Heck yes. Good job, Amelia.
She critted the mosquito.
Yeah, her critical subdual
And was it
damage.
D3?
Huh?
don't
Right
have a
click the
D3.
d6. Go to custom dice, d3. Make sure you've got the modifier set to critical. And you didn't do anything I told you to do.
I did. I hit the red button that said critical.
Maybe it didn't do it because of whatever. Okay, roll another d3. Okay, you do 3. And your turn. Dirk, you see one of those thingies fluttering about, or actually attached to Amelia.
Well, since you can't trip flying things, I'm just gonna whip it.
No.
Well, you can trip flying things, they just fall, kind of. It's kind of weird.
Is it still flying if it's attached to someone?
No, it is currently grappled.
Yeah, and trip on a grapple, I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'm not going to bother with it, I'm just going to attack it, so.
Yeah. Wait, are you using your whip on it?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Because we're in a bar?
It's just a whip.
You don't have your whip set to non-lethal, do you? I don't think you have a lethal feat yet, do you?
I don't think I do. I think my whip just does lethal.
Do you have
for
the
now.
scorpion whip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why. A normal whip does non-lethal.
Yeah, I've got the scorpion whip, and I don't have the feat yet to mess around. That's coming up soon, but not quite yet.
Yeah. Trot, you still dancing? Actually, Trot, make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm doing whip tricks over here.
Since you're far enough away, you notice that the mosquito-looking things are beating its wings to the music of the person singing.
Oh, that's cool. And
Almost like the beating of the wings and their body movements are choreographed with the singing.
And I will go and continue to dance. Oh, can I make a knowledge check to identify what these flying mosquito things are too?
Yeah, Arcana. I'll give you 2 guesses, and the first one is wrong.
It's a sturge.
Nope.
The second guess is it's a sturge.
Yes, the second guess is it's a sturge.
Yes, it is Sturge number 2.
And I'm going to shout out, be careful. They're sturges. They suck your lifeblood and they weaken you. And they're also filthy, filthy beasties. And he continues to dance, and he inspires courage in everyone.
Woohoo!
Wonder what Trella's gonna do. What's staggered?
You can only make one action round.
Yeah. That happens when you hit 0 hit points. You can either make a move action or a standard action, so you can either move or attack.
Oops, I should have also.
Wait, when you hit 0, you don't die?
Nope.
No, you have to hit negative your con.
Negative 10.
Or
Remember?
is it negative 10 plus con? I can't remember now.
No,
It's
just
all
negative
weird.
10. There's actually a feat or abilities that give you your con.
And yeah, Chuck continues to watch the person singing.
Yeah, they haven't realized that there's even anything going on at the moment.
What Sturge do?
That's probably gonna eat her.
Maintain
they
the
do.
grapple, which is what it does, and then you take 1 con damage there, Amelia. And then
Slurp, 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 slurp.
okay, and then it falls off.
Wait, did it just die or something?
Yeah, he's at 0 hit points. So
Wait, what?
once it takes a standard action, it loses a 1 hit point. So
Yeah, because it maintained the grapple. That was its move action, and then it took another action, so it dropped 1 hit point. That's
no,
part of the
it's
standard.
maintaining the grapple is the standard.
Oh, okay.
You can move at 0 hit points, but you can't take a standard. And if you take a standard, you lose a hit point as you bleed out because of overexertion. And it's a stupid Sturge, so it's not smart enough to realize that maybe it should run away at that point. It just wants the blood.
Okay.
The singer stopped singing, startled by what Dirk did, and thinking that Celeste was starting a bar fight. And the bartender as well yells at Celeste, "Get out of my bar if you're going to fight in here."
Oh, it was just a... What was that?
Just a big bug. Don't worry about it. She was just slapping a bug off me. No harm, no foul.
It's
Yeah.
and Trot stops dancing, and he's like, no, it's a sturge. It's like a magical creature, and it sucks on blood and feeds on blood. And if enough of them swarm you, it can actually drain you dry. Now, the interesting thing is that I noticed, and he points to the individual that was singing, they were beating their wings along with your singing.
The girl puts her hands up like, I didn't do nothing. I was just singing. You were dancing. I thought you might want some music.
Yes. And Trot goes and says, that was very excellent accompaniment. And he goes and says, I appreciate that, but there is something, and you might not even realize it.
Shit, that was supposed to be a sense motive check.
So you cup one of Celeste's breasts, and she doesn't even notice.
There's a sense motive check. I have no clue.
Yeah, let's not.
And you're not sure if she noticed or not. You're pretty sure she didn't notice. You're pretty sure your sleight of hand was successful.
Yeah, let's not.
It's just a slight touch.
And yeah, Thought will also make a sense motive check to see if individual, and yeah, he probably believes it. And he's just like, it's strange though how they moved. It's almost as though they were accompanying your scene, just as I was dancing along to your tune. It's like, it's very strange. And Sturgis here in this climate, it's not normal for them to be around here, is it?
We've been seeing those strange bugs for a while now.
Really?
They seem to come here a little bit more often than I've heard other places. So there is that.
They like to suck the blood of farm animals.
And usually it is while we do have somebody performing. But I've never seen them so bold as to come in here, though I guess we did have the windows open.
Is there any particular area that they have been seen more persistently?
No, it's very recent, so it's nothing that I can really place anything with. A few of these have been swatted out of the sky.
Well, hopefully there's not too many at once. You know, a few of them by themselves is nothing. But a swarm of them, that could be troubling indeed. And then yeah, Trot just goes back to his dancing, and he's like, "Well, back to the celebration." He says, "Pardon us, bartender. No harm done. You know, just smashing some bugs." And yeah, Trot goes back to dancing.
Okay, so night draws out and the bar closes.
Dun dun dun.
No more bugs.
No more bugs. Okay, the next day draws open, and what are you guys going to do now?
I think we were going for that crypt today.
False crypt of Pharasma.
Well, are we continuing or are we stopping?
I should probably stop and pick up tomorrow.
Then that is what we will do.
Okay. Sleepy time.